This video is brought to you by CENDANA, Malaysia's umbrella body for the cultural and creative economy, connecting creators, regulating bodies, private businesses, policymakers, and consumers, nurturing these entities individually while keeping a collective goal. For more information, do check out the links in the description below. How much did growing up in Trinidad and Tobago influence your own decision to become a dance artist, to sort of shape your future in that direction?
Okay, that's a good question, Jason. Well, first of all, I grew up in a colonial environment. Trinidad was colonized by England, Spain, France at one point. So we have this very mixed culture that, in a sense, already presents a sense of a fragmented identity. So as an Afro-Caribbean, my ancestors came from the continent of Africa as slaves to the Caribbean. But at the same time, I grew up in an environment where for example, after slavery was over, they had to find people to work the fields. So a lot of people came in from the Far East as what they call indentured servants. Those were Chinese and those were Indians. This was pre-partition India when Pakistan and India were one. So I grew up in an environment where there were a multiplicity of cultural influences. East Indian, and when I say East Indian, I mean Hindu, Muslim, Chinese, European. By that time, the local indigenous people were almost completely wiped out. Those were the Amerindians, the Caribs, and the Arawaks. So already you're in a place that, in a sense, that is so multicultural that you begin to absorb influences. But one thing you knew was that you were Black and you were from the Caribbean. And in many ways, the history of the Black throughout the world is not a very positive history. Now, being in that environment, you learn a lot about all of these countries because you're writing exams that were sent down from England that initially were not from Trinidad, but became Caribbeanized, Trinidadianized. So then you start dreaming of all of these places that you're learning about, but you've never been there. So it becomes a kind of a dream to go visit these places, to see what they're like. Because all your education, you're being taught about these places. You want to see the bigger world. You want to see these places that you're being educated about. Yeah. And you want to experience that place. Because Trinidad is a tiny island. Trinidad and Tobago are two tiny islands. And if you look at the map, they're very, very, very small. And they're situated at the southern end of archipelago of other islands that they're French influenced, Spanish influenced. So already you're in a place where you're thinking, my God, here am I in this tiny little island, and there's this immense world out there that is coming to me via television, via education, via everything else. And you begin to dream about exploring that world.